Hey everybody, what's going on? Fabian Calvo, founder and president of the real estate investment firm The Note House and creator of the Resourceful Real Estate Academy. And in this video, I'm going to teach you in a very short period of time, how do you get in the upper 10%, probably actually 5% of real estate investors in the world, really, in one day. How do you do that? In one day, how do you set yourself apart from every other real estate investor out there? That's pretty bold statement. So we're going to get into it right now. And this is what I call the deal source pyramid, right? Where do deals come from? Any real estate investor, they're only as good as their ability to be able to find really good deals and be able to monetize those deals, right? I mean, the truth is that you could know, people say, well, knowledge is power. Well, no, really it's not. Applied knowledge is power, okay? I mean, if knowledge was power, well, there would be, an epidemic of very wealthy librarians all over the world that just know all this information, but how do they apply it, right? The truth is that you're only as good as the deals you're able to find in this industry. I'm getting a lot of calls, emails, messages from people out there that have either invested in the course or are interested in investing in the course, and they're hung up on all different kinds of things that honestly don't even matter. If you could do this one thing that I'm going to teach you right now, this one thing, you will set yourself apart from every other investor out there, or should I say 90 to 95% of investors out there, okay? Just this one little exercise, right? And it's something that is ignored by most investors out there. I'm asked questions all the time again about, well, why would I be able to find a property at such a big discount? Like, people don't believe it. Well, let me tell you, I'm here to tell you I do it every day, and a lot of people that have gone on to purchase the course, invest in it, are already doing it. And they're doing it because they've followed this exact strategy, especially my coaching clients that I work with one-on-one. I've gone over this with them, and they see it now. They get it. So here we go. Deal source pyramid. So deal source pyramid. Where do the deals come from? At the bottom of this pyramid, I'm going to write websites. And then just right above it, I'm going to put agents. So websites and agents, okay? Websites like Zillow, Trulia, RealtyTrack, LoopNet, Drenix.com, the hot pads, there's a ton of them out there. You'd be surprised to know that this is based on all my deep research, all the research that my office does, my private equity firm has done. And this is where 80% of real estate investors spend their time right here. This is where they source their deals, comes from agents and websites, right? So the average investor out there, they're looking at all those different websites that I just mentioned, RealtyTrack, Zillow, LoopNet, you name it. And they basically will find the property and they'll say, okay, hey, this looks good. And they'll likely then take the next step and they'll either contact the owner who's selling the property or they'll contact the agent who's selling. Now, some other investors might have agents that they work with that bring them deals. But let me tell you, this is going to make a lot of sense when I fill this out, but by the time the deal gets to here, unless you're in some kind of paid for membership site that really does get deals direct from the sources, which some sites are able to do that, by the time the deals get to here or they get to here, they're not as good as they could be. And let me just tell you that this isn't wrong, right? I get deals from websites and agents. I have agents bring me deals every single day. There's nothing wrong with this, okay? My goal is to have you be up here, be in the top 5, 10%, the top 1% of investors worldwide. So just above websites, agents, I'm going to put here distressed owners. All right? These are people that are in foreclosure. These are people that have a loan that they can't make payments on, that are underwater on their mortgage, that have a compelling reason why they need to sell. this piece of real estate as soon as possible. I mean, they got to get rid of it, right? Here, 10% of investors actually target distressed owners, right? They target them by either phone calls, they target them by either, sending them direct mail. Most of the direct mail they send is dreadful, and it just doesn't really work the greatest. I teach you how to send direct mail that actually works. It gets a real response. 10% of investors actually, and these are the people that are making this a career. You want to make a career out of real estate investing? Start going after distressed owners. Go to realtytrack.com, look up the address, send them something in the mail. The numbers game. You send out 100 pieces of mail. If you get 20 responses, out of those 20, you might get maybe one or two that end up being a deal that you could monetize. It's called the offer ratio or the prospecting ratio, right? That's just a numbers game. That's what real estate investing is. It's a numbers game. You look at 100 deals, you might make offers on 50, you might, negotiate 20, you might put 10 under contract, you might buy one or two, right? So think about this. 90% of all of the deals that real estate investors find right now come from these three sources, but just 10% come from people that are targeting distressed owners. The next part is Fannie Mae. I'm going to skip Fannie Mae because Fannie Mae plays a role in a lot of this. And I'm going to go straight to the apex of the pyramid. And here I'm going to put banks, hedge funds, and servicing companies. Servicing company. There we go. Okay. If you don't know what a servicing company is, a servicing company is a company that is hired by a bank or a hedge fund to manage their portfolio of real estate, whether it's a distressed portfolio or whatever, to manage it, oversee it, liquidate it, okay? They're at the top, right? So, I'm going to use 10%, although I think the number is probably more like 6 or 7%. 6 or 7% of all real estate investors. Now, keep in mind, when I say real estate investors, I'm talking the private equities, I'm talking the hedge funds, I'm including all those people, right? Less than 10% go to the top of the pyramid to get deals from banks, hedge funds, and servicing companies. This is it, gang. This right here changed my real estate investing career forever. I mean, literally, this is probably $1 million idea. This right here. Most investors are in the dark. Most real estate coaches, gurus teach you how to play at this level, right? The better ones teach you how to really go after the distressed owners, right? This is why this program is different. I teach you not only now that you know, okay, here's how it works, knowing this information, what do you do about it, okay? Remember, banks and hedge funds and servicing companies have trillions of dollars in distressed mortgage, non-performing debt, REOs, I mean, you name it, and it's just sitting there. And what these banks usually do is they will sell these assets via real estate agents one at a time, right? And they'll also go to websites, and they'll use websites like auction.com. Some of them will use LoopNet. Some of them may use Trulia, Drenex, you name it. That's the sites that these institutions use to sell. They'll sell through here. Good investors that want to be in the top 10% of investors worldwide, know what I need to do is I need to get my stadium pitch down. I need to go here, present myself as that, seasoned investor, and get the deals from here, and then I sell them. So this is what I do. I go here, and then I sell them to all of these people down here, to these people through websites, through agents. That's what I do. All the investors that are looking, I feed these investors here, to a certain extent, these investors here, I feed them the deals that I get from the banks, hedge funds, and servicing companies. Folks, this is really not that difficult, right? I've gotten a lot of questions in the last week. I probably have gotten about 50 plus questions, people asking me, people that are students that get off on a tangent. This is much easier than you think, right? You don't need to know a bunch of stuff. Honestly, look, I'm a college dropout. I barely graduated high school, okay? All I've done is I've developed a knack for being able to get in front of these people, either in person or on the phone, know what to say to them, and then be able to get the deals from them because I'm offering value and service. I always say, some of the times when I do a sign-off, I'll say, add value to the market and the market will reward you. And that's what I mean. There's thousands, literally thousands of banks, hedge funds, and servicing companies out there with properties they need to sell. You become a value to them, they will love you. They will work with you. They will, do backflips to work with you, especially if you are able to put this together with all these other investors that are down here and just put them together. Again, $1 million idea right here. I hope you take note of it. I hope you start implementing it. If you have any questions, email me, Fabian@resourcefulrealestateacademy.com, or just post it to Facebook, our Resourceful Real Estate Academy Facebook page. I personally answer all the questions in at least 24, 48 hours. Sometimes I get inundated with emails, but my goal is, my literal mission is to help people take their life and career to the next level if they want to monetize this real estate market, which is one of the greatest opportunities I personally have ever seen in the markets. They exist right now, okay? Deal flow pyramid, follow this strategy. It'll take your life and your career to the next level. I'm Fabian Calvo. Thanks for watching. I'm out.